start the questioning. Several media outlets have consulted forensic psychologists who have been watching your appearances, who have been watching what you say, body language, etc. Their conclusion is you're not telling us everything you know. Do you know where Isabel is?
No,
No.
we don't. We don't, and I'm sorry that we're not as, I don't know what they're expecting from us. If you know how we're supposed to be acting, please let us know, because
Yes.
right now our heart is breaking all the time. I don't want to be in front of the camera. We don't want to be right here. So this is not, I don't understand what they're expecting from us, but that's why we're not.
How to behave.
How to behave. Because for me, we break down every night. Sorry that we're not breaking down in front of you guys every 5 seconds. I'm very private. I'm not one to show my feelings in front of people. You can ask anybody, any of my friends and family. I'm not that, I'm very a closed person, and I cry by myself. I break down by myself. I don't even break down in front of my kids and my husband. That is my thing, my private. And I'm sorry, that's just the way I am.
Do you know who may have her? Are there any suspects, if you will, in your minds?
From the get-go, I don't think we ever, I mean, it's all been, so we just don't understand. We don't understand who would take her. There's no reason to take her.
We've thought of absolutely everything we can. We've gone through everything in our mind. That's why we, with it, I don't know exactly what we're allowed to say. I know we're not supposed to say very much about the investigation to interfere with any integrity of the investigation. But everything and anyone, I mean, we literally wanted anyone who's been in our home to go through all the questioning. Because yes, how are we going to trust anyone that's been in our home? So we really don't know. Obviously, you know that we're cooperating the utmost we can with the investigation. That's been our intention all along, and that's what we continue to do. And now it's giving thanks to the community, working with you all, working with the media.
Bring her
we
home.
have so much gratitude for the way you guys have constantly been with the story, and yes, so here we are with
Do you
you.
have anyone that you would perceive as an enemy? Anybody that would hold a grudge against you for any reason?
No.
That's the whole problem, is that we don't understand why or how we made Isabel a target, because
Right.
we're her parents, so we're like, what did we do? How did we make her the target? And this is a nightly, daily, hour thing that we're like constantly thinking, why is it Isabel? And we don't know. We go through our heads and who's been in our house, and like we just said, for us, we wanted everybody and anybody who's been around Isabel and in our house to be questioned to the utmost the way we were, just so that...
To be held under the same scrutiny as us, because we don't know, and we're going round and round and round, and yes, it's extremely frustrating. It's extremely frustrating not having her back. It's extremely frustrating even with the police department. We share the same frustrations. We express our frustrations with them about the investigation and everything, and they share them right back. They share them right back. It isn't unspoken, and again, we do know that there's only so much information that we're allowed to be told, and again, it's all for protection of Isabel and not to interfere with anything.
The polygraph tests, how many have you taken, and what kinds of questions were you asked?
We're not allowed to discuss any of that.
Those
just
specifics.
Because of the investigation. Sorry.
Our viewers would like to know where the money from donations is going, how it's being used.
From our understanding, it's going into the efforts to get Isabel's picture out into the community, getting it, everywhere, making posters, making the banners, all those efforts to get her picture out and everywhere around. That is what the fund is for. At least that's how I was told.
Yeah, as it comes in, it turns around and goes back out, from what we've been told. It's been there for us in case we need it, but at this point we're doing okay.
And
We haven't needed any of that fund.
And we've asked that it just goes straight to them, to finding Isabel. I mean, we're okay financially. You know, we will make it. We've made it through worse, and you know, financially, there's no. We will make this through. What we want is all the efforts towards Isabel, finding Isabel, and
Yes.
that's where we want all that to go.
From early on, very early on, there's been talk of ransom. You mentioned it right out of the gate, that you were prepared to pay a ransom if need be, and that there is money for a ransom. And some in the professional quarters, and including these forensic psychologists I talked about earlier, say that's pretty unusual for a family of normal means to be talking about ransom like that. What can you say to them about that?
For the most part, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think that they misunderstood what we were talking about, but go ahead.
I wanted to be clear. It was that nothing had been mentioned. There was no, you know, I wanted, if there were demands, please let us know something. Let us know something. Why is this happening? What is the reason behind it? And the fact that nothing has been mentioned about that, that's why we're even reaching for that. It's like they're not even mentioning anything as far as reward or anything like that. And even the reward money when we first saw, I mean, 88 Crime put up their reward, and to this day, everything, as far as we know, is an anonymous donation into that reward fund.
Can you tell us how much money might be available if ransom ever had to be paid, just hypothetically?
Not out of us?
Out of
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, I guess our cars, I guess we could get rid of our cars and
and our
have
house.
to and start
That's how we
getting
would be
rid of
able to
our
pay
assets.
for it,
That's
because
the only way.
that's all we have.
The focus has been on Isabel, and rightfully so, for the last 2 weeks. What we haven't heard a whole lot about is your other 2 children. How are they holding up through this entire process? Because it's just incredibly difficult. I can't even imagine.
The boys are hanging on, but it's wearing on them. They, it's on a date. The youngest one is breaking down more, crying more. My oldest is a little stronger. I think he kind of goes on how I am, you know, and I think he hides it more and does his crying on his own. But they're both being so strong, but it's wearing on
It's
them.
taking its toll. It is wearing them
You
down.
can see it in their faces.
And it's a lot of quiet cuddle time with them and holding them,
Lots.
Reassurance, and
I think the first
and
implements-
it's wonderful to see when they smile, but it takes the smallest thing, and they come right up and hold on tight, and we hold right back, and we know it is starting to wear them down. And we did even have intentions of possibly getting them back into school this week. But obviously, no. And I'm hoping next week we will obviously start slow. We will set some boundaries, you know, with school and talk to the school. But really, we're leaving it up to them. They each have gone back and played one game with their little league teams. I know it was hard for them, but they did need that source of support that they have with their teams. And even saying that when Julian went back to his game, I was there coaching it, and it was extremely difficult. And I know we want it. It's part of the healing of trying to get back into there, and it's also, I think, giving us a sense of where they're at as far as getting back into school. They only have so much time left with school. We do want them back in there, but at the same time, we are noticing it is taking its toll on them, and it's wearing them down even more.
Forgive me if you've answered this question. Have either of you taken polygraphs, and have those results available?
As far as we're aware, we're not allowed to speak about that, and we're not allowed to answer specifics on those type of investigative questions, all for the integrity of the investigation. I'm sorry.
Some people are wondering why you haven't been out in front publicly in the search for your daughter.
Honestly, this is not where we want to be. I am not comfortable here. I am not comfortable in front of the camera. This is just not I don't like this at all.
Neither one of us.
And so the first week, honestly, all I wanted to do was just hide and cry. I didn't want to be in front of you guys, and maybe that's where we were supposed to be, but I couldn't. I can't. I didn't want to. I wanted to be sitting in my room crying, and it was hard enough to be with my kids and my family, much less come and talk to you guys. So I'm sorry if we did this wrong and we were supposed to be out here, but that wasn't that wasn't where I needed to be. I wanted to be with Isabel. I didn't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want her here with us, sitting, and I don't want to be in front of the cameras. I don't want my family to be in front of the cameras. What I want is her here home and having a normal life. This is not what we want. And I'm sorry, but to be in front of the cameras and talking to media, that's just not us. That's not us at all.
If Isabel could hear you right now, what would you say to her?
Go, and I'll talk.
We miss you so much, Isabel. Your brothers miss you so much. We want you back. We're looking for you. We will not stop looking for you. We want you back more than anything else in the world. Obviously, we don't want to be here, but we will be in front of these cameras. We will talk to everyone we need to talk. We are starting to get out there even more. We are gathering up our strength. We do have to take care of her brothers, but we want you back, and we miss you so much. Your brothers miss you so much. And we're willing to do everything and anything we can. So we are doing, getting in front of the places we don't want to be, and absolutely everything else. We have lots of things going on that we're part of the volunteer groups. We are going to be at these benefits, and we are going to start being out in front. Being out in front.
Me, what I would love to tell Isabel is, Mamas, you know how much Mommy and Daddy love you. We always tell you how much do we love you, and you always say too much. So just remember that we always will love you too much, and just come home. And we will. We are out there. We're putting up flyers within volunteers. We are not doing it in front of everybody. We're going, and when we're driving around to go to places, we'll put up our flyers. It's not something that we need necessarily to have everybody seeing us do. It's what we're doing on our efforts on our own. We're going to do the softball. They're going to have the softball tournament this week on Saturday from 12 to 7. We're going to try and be there.
We have a family team that's going to be playing. We will be around when the family team is playing. We will not be participating. We would like to just to show that we are there, but we still don't even know if we'll be able to, just in the light of everything. At the benefit concert that we're doing on Sunday, yes, they want me to be up there singing. They want me to be up there participating. Again, it just depends on if I'm going to feel up and able to. I've already taken myself of the chorus singing. If I'm up to it, I've spoken with my teachers and the conductor. I will try to go up and do one piece. And as far as we are doing a march on Sunday morning.
They're not sure about it yet.
Okay, I guess we're not sure. But we are going to be part of that, and that is for papering your neighborhood. I believe that's the slogan for it.
You have received a great amount of scrutiny over the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you're aware of some of the things that people are saying. What do you say directly to the people who are assuming in some shape or form that you played a role in your daughter's disappearance?
Nothing. I mean, I really don't know what to answer to that, because other than you're wrong, and I can't say too much. Again, I'm afraid of saying anything as far as the investigative, but point blank, I guess that's the best answer I can come up with, and to defend that is just writing this out, is writing it out.